You're good. That's what's important here, Jojo, that you're fine. So I wanted to talk about like what what the end of the year is going to look like. And it's because I'm also like starting to feel kind of overwhelmed because I have a lot of paperwork to do. So some of the things that I have to get done is we have to do a report card for them, and the report card is not going to look like the report card that we've had trimester 1 and trimester 2, where we had the columns and the letters and the numbers. So this trimester, it's going to be like all that is going to be little slashes there. And then they're going to have like notes, a separate note on the on a separate page. So it's going to be just writing. And I'm going to be writing notes on what the child can do and what are the recommendations on what they can do over the summer. So it's going to be different than what we always do because it's all going to be written, all narrative, just like sentences about it. And then the other thing that we're also working on that's brand new is the teachers usually work together to make the placement for the next school year. So like we fill out forms and we make a placement, a recommendation on where we want our students to go next year. And we do like a huge whiteboard and we're there for hours and we balance every classroom and we try to put, you know, the kids in, you know, even number of girls with boys, even number of kids who might be, you know, we don't consider early bird, late bird, but we do consider like all the other things that they're in, you know, like if they have special needs, if they're ELD students, if they have whatever we have a lot of categories and we balance it out. So this time we can't get together to do that. And so the principal and the vice principal are going to balance those out. And so they're giving us like a large Google form for every kid so that we can fill out a ton of information and they are going to balance out the classes for us. And so we would like give like recommendations, but we're not going to be doing it ourselves. So I have to get both those recommendations done and the report cards done. But part of me is thinking I don't feel comfortable like doing these report cards without doing any assessment and just basing it on the Flipgrid. So I talked to my boss today and I said, look, I need time to assess the kids one-on-one. I don't want to just do this like based on what I've been seeing on the Flipgrids. I would like for me to be able to do it a little bit more like one-on-one with the kids. And you know, I'm feeling like just as frustrated as you are because I want to be able to work with my kids and all of you are having a hard time, you know, with them at home. And it's just like I don't get to see what they're really doing because a lot of the times it's like I'm stuck on the computer trying to see what they're writing and I can't see it, or I can't see what their process is. And the process of thinking is much more important than the product. Do you see what I'm saying? And so because I'm not able to see what processes they're going through, it's so hard. And so tomorrow, the district is going to be sending out a survey for the parents to fill out like, how's it going with distance learning at home? And I want you guys to be as honest as possible. And the reason why I want that honesty is because I'm actually concerned that we might start the school year like this. And I'm thinking, holy smokes, if we start the school year like this and the teacher doesn't know the kid and we're gonna do it like this is gonna be like, this worked out a little bit because the kids already knew me. They knew my voice. They knew who I was. they knew my expectations. They knew where, and we had moved so much. But now, like, to start and do a new rapport with a teacher they don't know and someone on the screen, I'm like, that's gonna be bananas. So I want you guys to like be honest and say, like, I've had some kids who are honestly checking out, and the parents are checking out. They're like, this is too hard for us, and it's like we're super overwhelmed. And I totally get it. You know, I understand how overwhelming this is, and so I'm losing a lot of steam here. You know, I would be losing steam if the kids were in my class. My kindergartners lose steam after spring break, no matter what year it is. So it's hard. Like, the first trimester, I train kids to do things the way that I want them to do. The second trimester, we do tons of learning. And the third trimester, we drag because they become so tired of school that it's a drag. The third trimester, we learn, but it's like, friend, sit down. No, wait, friend, excuse me, wait, no, excuse me. You know, so I use up so much time on classroom management the third trimester that I know where the kids are at with their attention span at this point. In May, it's like they're checked out. So I'm feeling like I can feel that the kids are like gone. And I can feel that some of the kids are still like wanting to learn a few things. So starting on Friday, I want to start assessing kids. And so next week, I'm not going to be doing Zooms, and I'm not going to be doing a lot of videos, because I need to take up all that time to pull and do Zooms with kids one-on-one. So please sign up for that. I just sent you an email, and some of the parents are able to, because I was able to add you as an editor on the Google Doc, you're able to just put in the name right away. But if you don't have a Gmail, then I sent an email, and then you just tell me where to put them in. Like Eddie's mom, she already told me when, so he's already in on that time. So just let me know, and I want to get started on that right away. But tomorrow I have a professional day all day, so I can't go make copies of my score sheets until Thursday. So on Thursday, I'm going to go to Cabrillo, get the score sheets, and I'm going to start testing on Friday. So sign up for that. And so some end of the year, oh, before I move on, the test, don't worry about like, is my kid ready? Okay, because it's gonna be, I can't have them like watch me on a video for a really long time. So it's going to be them reading a book that they've never seen before, but I know that that is at their level, or is at the end of the year kindergarten. I'm probably gonna have them do a counting collection where I watch them count, and they show me how they can count, and how they can count in a couple of ways. And it'll be like, I counted 27 by twos, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27. And then I start over, and now I'm gonna count them by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27. So that counting collections probably in 2 different ways, and I'm gonna wanna see that. And then probably I want them to, I'll show them a couple of math facts, or I'll do like a number story, like Johnny went to school and had 3 books, and then his friend took 2. How many does he have left? Can you tell me, how do you know that? Like a math story. That's it. So I'm hoping that will take like 20 minutes. to do, and I don't think they can attend any longer than that. Because in the classroom, when we do end of the year assessment, some of it is whole group, then we do another activity. Then I pull them for 10 minutes, then another activity. Then I do something else, and then another activity. Like this, I would not be able to test everything all at once. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it would take over an hour if I tested the whole thing, and they're going to be checked out. So, but I'm going to grab these three little tests that I'm going to do cover a ton of standards. So, and I'll be able to talk about what that shows me. So, and plus I do have a lot of, I've been writing information since we left. So like every single day, every time they're in a Zoom, I'm watching what they're doing, or on their Flipgrid, I've got notes on everything. Every time they've come in, they haven't come in, what they've answered, I have information on all of that. So, but I do want to do a little bit of an assessment. So if you want to practice with them, I would say practice counting collections and practice doing some of the adding and subtracting facts. The reading, I would not push, because they can read what they can read and they can do what they can do. You see what I'm saying? But I would just work a little bit on the math. End of the year. So the last day of school is June 11th. June 12th is reserved for teachers to close down their classrooms. So the school year is 180 school days, and June 11th will be the last day. So that day I do want to have a little Zoom celebration for them. And I'm going to I want them to practice their graduation songs or their end of the year songs for that. And I've already started practicing some of those songs with them. I practiced one, and then the other one is on Mrs. Englam's music folder in the distance learning. So it's week 9, and it's on my lesson plans, and it's there. So that's the first one, and then she's gonna put another one next week. So we might do 2, 3, maybe even 4 songs at the end of the year. What time am I gonna do it? That I don't know. One, I don't know, because I want to be able to talk to Mrs. Gilberg about it. Hello, Mrs. Vela.
Hi.
We're talking about end of the year.
Okay, thank you.
So we were saying that the last day of school is June 11th, and that we do want to have some kind of celebration for them at the end of the year, that we're going to practice some songs. I'm going to practice songs with them on the morning message when we do it on my daily videos. But also Mrs. Englam, our music teacher, has a video for week 9. So this last week, the last one that we did, but it's in my lesson plans, so they're there to see. I put it, I think, for today, to look at today. So that one's there. And so we want to do a Zoom celebration for them on June 11th, but I'm not sure what time, because my our principal has to tell me and give me any direction as to, like, if she wants, if there's any like conflict. But what time would you guys prefer?
I think morning.
Like the regular, if it were in the school year, it would be like either at 10 or 11.
Yeah, I think that's a good time, or any time. I mean, we would make time for that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, there's a lot of cute ideas out there. You know, where the kids can dress up, you know, and you can dress up. And I know that they've already printed out like their kinder graduation certificates, but they're thinking about sending them after the report card. And I kind of wanted to do, someone said that, like there's a moment where the teacher goes like this for Liliana, for Lily, and then the parent pulls it out from the back of the computer. Have you seen
that? Would be cute. No, but that would be cute.
Wait, don't have their TV or something in the background because it's really distracting.
¿Quién tiene la televisión prendida alto?
I think that's probably me. Give me a second.
Okay.
¿Cuánto tiempo duraría lo
Almost I
del...
muted her and it worked.
I do say I think earlier is better. I have to say
Porque yo trabajo y no me voy a poder para...
tough for Nicholas because he wants to eat food, but then he's not supposed to eat food on the Zoom, right? And so then he gets super cranky. And I try to give him a snack beforehand, but like, it's just, I don't know, it's just a hard time for him. So like, if you did the 10 o'clock versus 11 o'clock, I think it might be easier for us, but that's just our own personal preference. And I don't know. He's always looking for lunch like at like 11:30, right? And so it like always falls in the Zoom. And even when I try to give him the snack beforehand, it doesn't matter. He still gets that grumpy, hangry, whatever. And today was a wonderful example of Mr. Squirmy all over the place and not wanting to sit still and not wanting to listen. So
yeah. So okay, you're saying 10. Mamá de Joana me estaba diciendo que a qué horas iba a trabajar.
No, pues yo entro a las 9:30, pero pues si lo hace más temprano sería mejor, porque si es a las 11, termina más o menos como a las 12 y en todo lo que llego, ya es más tiempo tarde.
Yeah, so también le gustaría como a las 10.
Sí, mejor.
Okay, esa es una sugerencia que le voy a dar a la directora. I'll give her that suggestion about 10 a.m.
Yeah.
On that day. Let's see. So that I was thinking, so I'm gonna see about that whole like handing over the degree thing and that you guys did it beforehand. I'll see if I can do that. The little certificate. So if you can have the kids practice the songs, I'll always put it in my lesson plan. But like I was saying before, that, you know, we didn't, like I was saying before, like the kids, I'll put it in the lesson plan, but in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a lot less Zooming, a lot less videos. So if I let you know that I want you to practice a certain song, like have them practice, or I might just put it in the folder, even if it's the same song over and over, I'll just keep putting the same song on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday so that they practice it. I was thinking, it's hard because like I'm just thinking about Nicholas's concern. He's thinking, how do I know where to go to first grade? So usually we have an open house. And on open house, the entire school looks like Disneyland, right? It's amazing. And you know, we have all of our science and art projects up and everything on a special night in May, probably tonight. I think tonight was probably open house night. Right now, we would be at open house, people. I would be dressed up. Okay. So, and then the next day, the entire school gets to visit every classroom. So we snake into every classroom, and usually we will say, okay, guys, we're going into the first grade wing. These are some of the classes that you might be in next year. This is Mrs. Martinez. This is Mrs. Galvan. This is Mrs. blah, blah, blah. This is Miss Berkey. This is Miss whatever. And we would look and they would say like, oh, this is amazing. And we would start really pumping first grade, saying like, first grade, you're going to have 3 recesses. And that usually says like, wow, this is going to be great, right? And so we as teachers have started talking about how are you going to like help those kids transition on the first day. And there's some ideas, but I feel like that's a legitimate concern for a child like Nicholas. And
Yeah.
I do have a little bit of a solution already, because in kindergarten, if you remember, it was way back in September, August, the first day of school, they don't come until 10 o'clock. They only come for 1 hour with the parents. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
So they
Yes.
come only 1 hour, they meet their teacher, and they're there for 1 hour. So that means that Mrs. Rodriguez is open and free from 8 to 10. That would be a good time, if possible. Like, we don't know what the scenario is right now, right? But I'm hoping that at that time, it would be a good time for my kindergartners to come and visit me, come into the classroom, and then we would walk together and give it a look to where first grade's gonna be. And then like I definitely think, and then the parents would probably still stay with them, because on the first day of first grade, what happens is there's a list outside like 2 or 3 days before, and on that list it says like Miss Berkey and all the kids, right? So remember, as soon as think about the space between the office and the library. Do you know what that space is?
First grade.
No, in the office. So think about the office and the library.
Okay.
On both sides, just coming out of the office, there's columns close to the cafeteria. There's columns close to the office. Each column is assigned for each classroom. And so what the kids have to do is they have to go line up by their room number. And the parents are there. It's extremely, really close, physically close. So I don't know if they're gonna make, if they're gonna say, no, let's not all get all together here. We might have to line up over at each classroom, but definitely I will be around. We will be around. The kinder teachers have really thought about this, and we've said we want to be there for our kindergartners, because we have those 2 hours before our new kindergartners walk in, to just be there for our first graders. So in answer to that, the kinder teachers will be there to guide them and to make sure that they're going to go to, that they get to see their new classroom, that they're not going to be left alone, and the parents walk them until they get into their class. So they will be with them, and hopefully this doesn't change, because we don't want to worry or scare those kiddos. So
Surprised he brought it up like now. I was like, whoa, that's so long off. You'll know where to go. Well, there'll be an orientation, but still,
yeah, no, that's so legitimate for little
he
kids
did
like
bring
that.
it up. He was stressing about it.
Yeah, little kids have those kinds of worries even months ahead, because that's something that's concerning to them. So yeah, we've thought about it, and we want to make sure that our kids are going to be safe and they're going to be comfortable going to their first class. And you know, God willing, I'll definitely be there to say goodbye and to move them on and to chit chat with them. So when they go to their first grade, they won't feel like I'm going to the wrong place. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So yeah. Do you have any other questions? Because I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover, which was graduation in June, on June 11th, assessing kids. This starting Friday, I'm gonna start assessing kids, and I've allotted a whole hour because I don't know how long it'll take. And I'm gonna record each of the Zooms, and I need to have uploading like conversion time in between one kid and the next, so that I can save that that recording in case I miss something. So if I don't give myself enough like conversion time, the kids are gonna like pile up, and I won't be able to save those recordings. So that's why I'm giving myself an hour. I'll be Zooming, and I'll be Zooming less and less videos next week, but there will be lesson plans. You can review adding and subtracting and counting collections. You will be getting a survey, practice the songs, and that's it in just the first grade concern. Anything else that you guys are, or any suggestions on some end of the year things that we could do together to make it special? Because there's a lot of ideas on TV, but I don't watch a ton of like news and ideas like that. So if you guys have like any like cute suggestions,
30%, like.
are you thinking of something, Mr. Moore?
I'm always thinking of something.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know. Maybe we could do like a party at the park or something. Let the kids run around or something. I don't know.
But they can't. They can't go to the park.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Party in the backyard.
They're totally like, I couldn't even back that up. I want to, but I can't. I can't back that up, you know, because the parks are still closed and they still want us to be at home, and whew, you know.
You think there's any way, like, you know, like before school starts, how, you know, normally we have the orientation in May, like, is there any way to have like a little, like some kind of mixer or get together, whatever, before the first day of school? So that way
So the thing is just that we don't know how much longer this phase 2 is going to go for, and that's what's unknown. I mean, right now the principal is asking for parents and teachers to be involved in the planning of the school reopening in the fall. And so part of it is being involved in saying and adding your voice and saying, okay, this is what we would like to see. And that's the thing. It's like, all that sounds wonderful, but logistically, like, how can we ask people to gather? You know, if the stay at home is still in place, and we don't know if they're going to make a stay at home, we just have no idea how much longer we're going to want to be able to stay at home. But I do see how some school districts have closed down the school year already because the teachers felt like they were unable to teach. And so they've closed down the school for the year, and I can't imagine that they would not want to open up the school year, you know. But to ask people to, I think that the school year is going to open with a lot of regulations. That's what I think. I have a feeling that it'll be a school year that will open with high regulations. Like, they've already bought like a ton of masks. I don't know. I imagine that, I'm just thinking that they might have to like take temperatures of kiddos every day, like the one that they do at the doctors. I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to look like. But I think what they're going to definitely do is limit the amount of people and gatherings. So to think in the past, there's always a PTA bake sale, like it's called the School's Eve,
Oh, yeah.
where they have School's Eve where people can buy Cabrillo wear, where they can, look at their new class list, hang out with new families, blah, 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 drink, get some snacks and get some baked goods and things like that. But I don't see that. I don't see that how that's going to happen, because what they're trying to avoid is any gatherings. As it is right now, they don't even want us to go to Cabrillo or to give your stuff back. They want us to like give the kids their stuff till next year or give it to their first grade teacher and they're going to hand it back. So I think it'll be, all these ideas are social, the ideas are social, physically social, and they're definitely like not into that at all because they don't want to be liable for any spread. So it's hard. It's hard.
What about if we do a drive-by by your house?
Drive by my house? See, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, what if what if I could do, like, if I could stand outside of Cabrillo by the, by the parking lot, right in front of my gate, right in front of Cabrillo gate, and the kids could, if they could drive by. But it's like, if I ask that from the district, they're gonna bananas. It'll be bananas. Why? Because they don't even want to let me give you your stuff back, and even through drive-by. So the second graders are the only ones who are being allowed to give their stuff back because they have to leave Cabrillo. They're going to Burnett, right? So their stuff is going to be bagged and labeled, and then the parents are going to be driving by and they're going to be saying the name, they give them their things, and then they go. So
From
I'm
6
like,
feet.
they're not even letting me do that for kindergarten. So it's like,
How about is like a custom Zoom party? Something like that.
that's what I'm talking about. I love costumes every day. I was
And
just thinking about Halloween yesterday. I was like, Mom, what if they take Halloween away from me and they don't let us trick or treat? I'm like a big kid here.
hopefully we get back open by then.
Oh man, if they don't let me trick or treat in Halloween, it's one of my favorite holidays. I love dressing up, as you can tell, because I like face paint.
Yeah, that'll be cool. The kids, they'll love that.
I know, that's a good idea. Let me write that one down.
What?
Costume Zoom.
I mean, I don't know if you heard, but there's a lot of girls, they're doing tea party, something like that. Zoom tea party. So we already have couple invitations from Mia. But that'll be for girls.
For Princess Zoom party.
A princess tea party.
Yeah.
That's a cool one. I know. Is that the reason why my daughter's looking for teacups in my house?
Probably.
Maybe.
Because she just went through all our cupboards and she found 2 teacups. They don't match or anything.
Maybe. But yeah, there's princess hosted Zoom parties now.
With pretend princesses?
Correct.
Yeah, like someone dresses up as like Jasmine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen something like that when I was trying to figure out birthday parties for my kids. Wow.
I'm not dressing up.
Right. Everyone at my house dresses up.
Not for a tea party.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you know who would
It'll be a tea party for girls and I don't know,
Oh,
monster trucks for
you get
kids, I don't know, for boys, something like that.
Yeah, no, I like that idea.
What was that?
I say tea party for the girls and monster trucks for the kids.
Something
Make it
fun
look
for
like
the
that.
boys, right? Pirates
Yeah.
for the boys.
I mean, yeah,
Right.
I understand. We try to get boys and girls together, but even my kid is like, no, that's Mia's, it's not mine. So, yeah.
All right, I like that idea. We'll run through some other ideas, but thank you for that idea.
You know, I was thinking about the first grade thing. Do you think that it's possible to do maybe like a flip grid tour of the first grade classrooms?
That's an amazing idea.
It's a good idea.
Damn.
Now you don't.
That one I think I can handle.
Yeah, no, do it right here.
Yeah, come on, show them. Go ahead.
Good idea. Oh, even better, we can make Star Wars.
Star
Yeah,
Wars
there you
theme,
go.
maybe.
I got these little light sticks, so I.
You know what?
So-
That is a great idea. I am going to get the boss on that one to do a tour of a virtual tour of first grade, a virtual tour of second grade, a virtual tour of kindergarten. The only thing that's sad is that our classrooms, the inside of them are like completely shut down. You know, everything is like up. It would be beautiful if, you know, the beautiful artwork would be there so that the kids could see like, oh, this could be your classroom and Mrs. Rodriguez, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think I am going to get her on this. I think she will love that idea. Thank you.
Cool.
I like that.
He's going to put on another outfit. He's
Any
gonna go.
any other good ideas? You guys are full of good ideas.
Well, this is not an idea, but this is a question actually. It will be a early birds and late birds on first grade?
Yes, they have early birds and late birds first grade and second grade. They're
Oh, okay.
trying to get rid of them in third grade, but for many years, we still had them all the way through fifth grade at Burnett. So, but if your child was an early bird this year, that the new teacher doesn't get a list of that. So she has no idea if your child, because some parents are like, they were like, well, my kid was an early bird last year. Yeah, but the new teacher makes her list.
Pow, pow, pow.
Can we request, like for us, late bird?
I would say, yeah, if you need to. Yeah, that's something that you definitely, like, if you need to, you like let her know.
Okay.
If you want to know the early bird, late bird times, they're different.
Oh,
I have one, Levi.
They're 8:45 and 9:45.
What,
okay.
I have baby.
And they're there until 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock.
Oh, that's why they have more recess then.
Yeah. Yeah, because they have a longer lunch, and they have a recess during lunch, a recess before school, and a recess. So if they get to school early, they can go to recess. So that's like their first recess, really. You know, that's what they consider. Anytime that's playing involved, they call it recess, right? So it's the before school, then their actual recess, and then their lunch recess.
Okay.
So it's like 20 minutes of eating and 20 minutes of playing. Yeah. All right. Any other questions about first grade? About the end of the year, about the report card, about assessments? No? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for the great suggestions. ¿Tiene una pregunta, señora mamá de Joana?
¿Cómo escogeríamos la hora que queremos que vaya nuestro niño a la escuela? O sea, porque por ejemplo a mí me convendría a las 8:45 que entrara.
Eso tendría que ser hasta que empiecen el año escolar y tenga su maestra, porque se acuerda que las primeras 2 semanas todos son early birds.
Ok, es cierto.
She was
Entonces,
asking about,
sería igual y ya de ahí ellos harían el estado, ¿verdad?
yeah.
Ok.
So she's asking about early bird, late bird, and the question is like, how do we request? And it would be until the school year starts with their new teacher, because the first two weeks are early bird. Yeah. All right, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for coming.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank
You want to come
so
say
much.
bye? Hi.
Mrs. Vela, can I talk to Lily?
Yes, let me get her.
All right. All right. Wave bye.
Hi, Nicholas.
Bye.
Lily's family. Bye, Manriquez. Hey, Lily, how are you?
Good.
You look good. Did you just take a shower?
Not yet.
No.
How's it going?
Good.
I miss you so much, friend. I miss all of my friends, but I miss all of the kiddos. How are you doing?
Good.
Let me see. I'm trying to make my picture much bigger so I can see you. Oh, there you are. I can see you bigger. So how are you? Know, I heard that your dad got sick. Oh, I lost you there. There you are.
No, we're here.
I heard that your dad got sick.
He did because we for sure think that it's because he's eating sweet things. Because
Huh.
he had this blood thing
Mm-hmm.
to check how much sweets.
Okay. Yeah, so
He-
he was doing a blood test on his finger. Yeah, and it was showing that he was eating too much sugar.
Yeah, it will like show a number like how much sugar he been eating. It will like show a number on a little screen,
Yeah,
so he knows how much sugar.
I have that at home. I have that because my husband, one day he got dizzy, and so we didn't want to take him to the doctor because of the quarantine. And so I said, you know what? I'll go to CVS and I'll buy a blood sugar machine so that we can check your blood, because his mom and his dad both were diabetic. And so he thought maybe he's diabetic and he wasn't feeling so well. So you think that his blood sugar went up too high?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that made him a little sick? Oh, man. And I heard that you were really worried.
I was. And he also has a cough like me, because I also have a little cough too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you worried about him because he had to go to the doctors and stay there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you miss him because he sees you every day? Yeah, was he with you? Oh, wait, he still was going to work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now he's not, huh?
He started work again. He went back to work yesterday.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Why?
He feels good. He says he feels good, so he went back to work. He started yesterday.
Did they not? Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was like, can they give you at least another week? He's
Uh-huh.
doing really good. He's doing really good.
Wow. What did the doctors say overall?
He did have a I think it's called an aneurysm.
Right.
It's so weird though, because he had all the symptoms of a stroke, and the diagnosis was a stroke.
Mhm.
But he also, I don't know if it has if it's the same thing, a stroke and an aneurysm, and or it was two different things. So he has to go to speech therapy.
Yeah.
But he's doing much better.
He can drive and everything.
He can drive. He's able to walk perfectly fine and everything. It's just little things here and there that he forgets, and they're gonna work on that.
Wow, I'm surprised that he went back to work.
Me too. I feel like it's a miracle that he's doing so great.
Wow, I think it has to do with his age too.
That's what the doctor said, that because he's young, he's gonna recover fast, and he's gonna be fine.
It almost sounds like it almost sounds like it was just as bad as a concussion.
Yes, something like that. He was really confused.
Like it almost sounds like because when you get a concussion, you're very confused and you're, a lot of things are like cloudy and things like that. But sometimes they don't have like paralysis and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, because so it was very mini, but still.
Yeah, but it was still, he was able to walk. Even when I took him to the hospital, he was able to walk to the emergency room, and he was just very confused.
Yeah.
He didn't. His eye was droopy and his lip was a little lifted.
Yeah.
And he was just very confused. He would try to say something to me, and he would say something completely different, and he would notice that that's not what he was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then how did you guys find out? Like that's how it happened? Like he was trying to talk to you and it was just like he was so confused?
He was very confused.
Wow.
We got to the hospital and they asked him, what year is it? And he said 2014.
Okay.
It was, yeah. And he was able to write down his name, his address, but like two little things he wasn't able to. And then they just took him in, didn't let me in. They just took him in.
Yeah.
And then from there, they transfer him I took him to Kaiser on Cadillac.
Yeah.
And from there, they transfer him to downtown, the one in downtown.
There's a Kaiser in downtown?
Yeah, it's on Sunset, I believe.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. So they transfer him there that same day. And that's where they did all the testing and everything, and they found out that it was a
little aneurysm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is, I think it's the same thing, like a little blood clot.
Yeah, but the doctor said that it ruptured.
Oh.
Yeah, that it ruptured. They didn't know if it did, but they did more testing on him. He was sedated or something like that, and they did a little procedure on him, and they said that it ruptured.
Wow.
Yeah. So now he has to be on medication for the rest of his life for that. Yeah.
Wow. Because they think that it'll reoccur.
Yeah.
But what is the diabetes connection?
That we don't know, because we didn't check his blood sugar that morning, but I think they did check when he was in the hospital, and it was 2 something.
Is he diabetic? Is he pre-diabetic?
He's diabetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's diabetic.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
Take care of himself because he's really young.
Yeah, he knows that, and I told him we have to make a lot of lifestyle changes, and he's gonna be fine. I have faith he's gonna be fine. But it was just heartbreaking, not being able to be with him, and then this little one crying every day for him.
Yeah.
For 2 days. Yeah, he was in the hospital 2 days.
Yeah. Are you feeling better now, Lily?
Yeah.
I'm glad that the scare is over. All right. Well, my best to everyone, and we're still praying for him so that he can.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All that praying has been helping a lot.
Absolutely, all the time.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I hadn't gotten around to talking to you guys.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, I'll talk to you soon, Lily.
Okay.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.